One of the hardest things about living on an island in the middle of the Mediterranean is accessibility to travel. We chose Hanya because we do have an airport, but when I have to go abroad, especially in the off season, not only do I have to connect in Athens, I often have to take 2 airlines to get back to America to film what I need to film. So what this means is I try to fly Aegean to get to a Delta airport and get back home. So often this means transferring in Amsterdam or Paris, but the beauty is, since I'm changing anyway, I can take advantage and explore some beautiful sites. So right now, my connection is actually in Lisbon. So I am taking 2 days to explore this beautiful city. I think the key to being a digital nomad is just being resourceful with the options you have to be able to see and explore some beautiful places. So after a very long and exhausting travel day yesterday, I've arrived in Miami for work. It was 2 flights, immigration, a big hassle, but what I tell myself is that this is the price I pay for living in Greece. And on this video, I want to talk to you about how I make our situation work for living in Greece. This is a question we get often, actually, is how do you support yourself while living in Greece? And that's by running my company from the States. And that solution is going to be different for everybody in every situation. But I do think that one thing people are very interested in is actually just how to live and work remotely in another country. There are digital nomad visas available and other visas. For us, it was always about moving to Greece and finding a solution that we could do. And Katina's working on citizenship. We've talked a bit about that. That's been a long process, but this is what allows us to do it right now. So many of you have commented on the production quality of our videos, and yeah, I own a video production company. I'm a filmmaker by trade. So one of the downsides to running a company abroad is that you do have to travel more than you probably would otherwise for work. And it can be some long, exhausting days like I just had. But on the other side, it does keep me connected to a lot of friends that I probably wouldn't be able to be. And I do really enjoy travel, but it does put Katina and I away for longer than I'd like. And in my situation, I do produce videos remotely throughout the year. I do have a team in Atlanta with plenty of trusted people to film, edit, and I sort of oversee and make sure everything looks good and runs smoothly. I'm very fortunate in that my biggest client actually does music festivals at sea. And what this means is I have a very saturated work schedule. Like, I'm coming back to America right now for 6 weeks. I'm gonna film 7 cruises, edit those cruises, and basically be working about 18-hour days. That's a lot, but it does allow me a lot of flexibility in the off season and to do things like focusing on growing this channel. And the beauty of a YouTube channel for someone who already does this for a living, I don't have additional expenses for gear. It's just, as anyone who does create content for a living knows, a huge time commitment. And so you really have to be passionate about the story you're telling, or it's really not worth doing. There's a very good chance that you won't make money at all, and if you do, it's going to take a very long time. So to keep the passion going, you really just need to care about the content that you're producing. I will say, since I'm up so early Miami time, this sunrise is pretty spectacular. So fast forward 1 month, and here I am in Mexico City. After filming 2 music festivals, heading back to Atlanta to edit, and then squeezing in 1 more festival, now I finally have a second to slow down. Sort of. And this is the side of the digital nomad lifestyle that not a lot of people talk about. It's not just about travel and adventure, it's about balancing work, deadlines, and a sense of normalcy, all while being on the move. This season, when I'm not capturing festivals, I'm deep in editing mode. Editing after movies, finalizing content for clients, while also making sure to document this journey for YouTube. That's the thing about being a digital nomad. Your office is wherever you can find good Wi-Fi and a decent workspace, which some days is a cozy cafe like this one. while others it could be an Airbnb with spotty Wi-Fi and no real desk. But that's part of the trade-off. The flexibility to work from anywhere comes with the responsibility of structuring your time, staying productive, and continuing to meet your deadlines no matter where in the world you are. So to answer the question, how in the world do you make money while living abroad? It's not one set answer. Some people freelance, some start online businesses, some work remotely for a company. And when things get busy, I come back and I work like crazy. And that to me is just the price I pay to live abroad. More specifically for me, it's living in Greece. And the downside for me is I'm away from Crete more than I wish I was. And for those of you who are here to see more Greek content, don't worry, it's still what this channel is about. But in order to share answers with you and continue to keep content coming about our lives and how we make this situation work for us, I actually have to document our lives. That's the key to long-term success as a digital nomad. Finding a work setup that supports your lifestyle. Whatever the answer is, it has to be sustainable and it really has to fall within your skill set. At the end of the day, digital nomad life isn't always as glamorous as it seems on Instagram. It's a balance of work, travel, adapting to different environments. I definitely should have brushed up on my Spanish more before coming to Mexico City. And making sure you're still able to build something sustainable for the long run. Have you ever had Michelin tacos? Oh my god. Tacos are out of this world. Unreal. So for me, the trade-off is worth it. Being able to travel, experience new cultures, live in Greece is something I wouldn't trade, even though at times it can be difficult. So if you're thinking about becoming a digital nomad, drop a comment below. And if you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look into my life, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow along. Πάμε στην Ελλάδα. Σύντομα. I heard a quote recently that I really love. Travel is the only thing that you buy that makes you richer. Now, I think you could probably say that education would be in that too, but it's definitely not as fun.